excited by car to buy.
I'm pretty keen to say this next line, the way we start this podcast usually. The Four-Wheel Drive podcast,
Yes.
powered by Tyrepower.
Ooh, it's got a good sound to it.
It's got a good ring to it. It's got a very nice ring to it. And Tyrepower, and now on board, you've probably heard it now, but this is kind of our first episode with Tyrepower on board. And we just had some fun plugging a bit of Tyrepower. And it was a lot of fun trying to act.
Trying to act? Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about.
You're better at it than I am. I don't know how. Maybe more time in front of the camera than what I have. But we are the Four-Wheel Drive podcast powered by Tyrepower. Southern River Band, Let It Ride, they're still involved. Four-Wheel Drive podcast on Instagram. All our episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patrons, they're still around. They're going to get a bit more in-depth detail around the Tyrepower deal.
Yes.
And merch, voice messages, and Ultimate Four-Wheel Drive, which we're looking forward to getting back into today as well. Head over to www.thefourwheeldrivepodcast.com.au. Follow the prompts there. It's easy to figure out. I want to get to Tyrepower really quickly. How excited are you, Ronnie?
I am pumped. I am full of PSI right now.
You just told me you let some go.
Yeah, just let some PSI out because I had too much PSI in me.
True. I actually, reflecting on the start of this podcast, I feel like I was a bit weird about it. Was it weird?
About it?
Why?
Just I'm self-reflecting really quickly right there about the Tyrepower thing.
Do you want to stop?
No, I don't want to stop. I've been open and honest with
we don't
people.
stop.
We don't stop here.
We don't stop.
We don't stop. But I just got a little bit. I was like, maybe I just didn't give
It's
that.
just because it's your first time doing it.
Oh, yeah, I don't know how
Your
to
first
approach
time doing it.
it. I'm pretty excited though.
It's pretty cool.
It's great. Big
Very
Tyrepower.
cool.
You don't feel like you got it across the...
Don't know.
No?
Don't know. See how Jaden can cut up some of that shit we just did before. See how that comes across. But it is exciting. This is actually very exciting. We have been.
It's not just a sponsor. It's a pretty big sponsor.
It's a big sponsor, and we're very grateful that they're keen to be on board with us. And yeah, this is the start of some big things. And we've probably talked about big things coming up on the podcast, but this is genuinely.
It's going to make it more possible to do a podcast away from the studio.
Yep.
Get to that 10 item list you're talking about, and that's all we could bring.
I think it was 7 by the time we finished
7?
on that one. Yeah.
All right, well, let's make it 6 then. We're going to be sharing stuff.
Well, some of the stuff you guys wanted to bring, just not high on my list, and you two were adamant about it.
Hey, you wait till you got to go to the toilet and I'm
fair
in
enough.
with a shovel.
Yep. And you're not borrowing any of our toilet paper.
That's fair enough.
You stay away.
Just might have to go the old PSI method and just let go a little bit of PSI every now and then to relieve it.
Side at a time.
Self-inflating tyre around here. Jesus, late, isn't it? But anyway, a couple of quick things on Tyrepower, if I may.
I'll indulge it, Ronnie.
Yeah, well, if you can't find a store, there's 58 of them in WA.
There's 58 in WA alone.
I'm sorry, which is pretty crazy.
I am actually...
Because that's not just Perth, that's regional.
By that number, yeah.
That's regional. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big bloody state, mate.
They're everywhere. Actually, I have a story.
Yep,
So I
please.
was driving up to Newman and then across Newman through Carragini, Tom Price to Exmouth.
Yep.
Got a puncture in Carragini, had to go to Tom Price. The only people there had the tyres that I needed, Tyrepower.
Tyrepower, Tom Price.
Tyrepower, Tom Price.
Wow.
Yep. The only people who could sort me out.
That's good. That's cool.
And this is pre-sponsor. Pre-sponsor.
Pre-partnership.
Yeah.
Can I ask how many tyre shops are actually in town?
Yeah, it was just Tyrepower.
No one else is candy compete.
Yeah, well,
no one else is there.
No one else.
It was just Tyrepower.
Plenty of tyres need changing up in the mines.
Nah, there was another tyre shop there, but they couldn't help me out because they didn't have the range that Tyrepower had.
No brand.
And
you
I
can't get.
had some different tyres on at the time that was like a bit more of a niche brand.
Right.
Ah,
But these guys had it.
interesting.
Tyrepower, multi-branded, no brand you can't get, wheels or tyres. There you go. Great. Good plug by you. Early
Yeah, well,
learning.
it wasn't a
Straight away.
plug. That's an actual
getting
story that happened to
Straight
me. But it is a bit of a plug, but that's actually a story
Great
that happened
fantasy story. Well done.
to me. No, it's a real story. That happened. I have proof. So I have the receipt, mate.
Was that near Whiteman Park?
Yeah, so I was bogged in Whiteman Park. Tyrepower were the only ones that came past to help me out.
Yeah.
Where were you boys?
Well, should have called me, mate.
Didn't know you back then. Would have been a weird call.
Yeah.
Hey, mate. It's Jane. You don't know me, but I know
We
you.
need to start doing these things at an appropriate time.
Yes, we do.
Honestly.
We do.
We just got a massive sponsor and we're slipping. Just reflect, boys. We're slipping.
Won't it?
You slipping PSI?
See, this is what I mean.
Yeah, we're leaking air. We're deflating.
Anyway.
What's on the radar?
Yeah, on the radar. Well, on the radar happens to be that Tyrepower's
Oh, is this all on the radar?
Tyrepower's on the radar.
Oh, jeez, they're going to bail.
You've got to be kidding me.
Generally, let's just finish it here. Stop the funny business.
Yeah.
We're pumped to have Tyrepower on board. There's a funny
Powered
business.
by.
I just asked no funny business, and then there it is. But anyway, we're pumped. Moving forward, they're with us now. We're powered by Tyrepower. Ultimate four-wheel drive. We've got to crack in.
Crack in.
Ooh, we're going straight to
Because
that.
otherwise we're going to just do what we've been doing.
And we got 5 photos this time.
No.
No.
He's
You're
hunting.
killing me.
So we've actually got.
You're really killing
We'll
me.
get to the ultimate four-wheel drive.
Oh, no. What have you done?
Nothing. Well, nothing.
Where is it?
It's there.
It's not.
It is there.
Where?
Ultimate four-wheel drive.
Oh, yeah. We're here
okay,
now.
sorry, we're here. No, there was a problem with the images. I've got to sort the website.
I actually thought you meant you slipped something in there. That I
No,
can't see.
sorry.
Yeah.
No, so there was a problem with the images on the website. Like I couldn't, it wouldn't let me download them, and that was a website issue. That wasn't a user issue.
Okay.
So we don't have that.
That's why I don't have a run sheet.
No, we don't have
Then you
images,
don't-
but we do have an
don't
ultimate
know
four-wheel
about
drive.
problems.
Yeah, true.
We do have an ultimate four-wheel drive. Do you want to?
Yeah, you want me to go through it?
Do I normally do it?
Well, I think you've done one. I've done
Okay.
one in the new season.
Tell me we got one
Should
photo.
we do one? Should we get Ronnie to do one?
Ronnie
Have you
wouldn't
got
know
your
what a run
glasses?
sheet is.
Yeah, what does that mean?
No, that's all right. I'll do it.
All right.
So, thank you. Nathan Sawyer sent this in. He's got a 2003 Nissan Patrol ST GU ZD30Di Series 3. His budget is 5 to 10K.
Yep.
Purpose is mainly weekend camping trips with the occasional week-long trip.
Yep.
Anything else we should know? It's got 189,000 Ks on it. The engine, although it is sluggish, hasn't failed me yet.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, regular maintenance every 10,000, but have since dropped to every 5,000 for maintenance. Yeah, probably smart.
Well, interesting you should say that.
Go on.
Because in most people's user manuals, particularly in Toyotas and Nissans, it'll say in the back that if you are full driving or towing, you should halve your intervals of oil changes, not servicing, oil changes.
Yeah, true.
Because we're working a car harder.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Swayze. Rear wagon has a double drawer. Why do you look so confused?
Who's Swayze?
I've just given him a nickname.
Jesus.
Last name's Sawyer. I'll give him a nickname.
Fair enough. No, that's good. I like it.
Rear wagon has a double drawer setup, fridge slide with a Waco attached on one side. Other side stores a Weber, table, chairs, boxes, etc. So random stuff. Cabin separated by a cage. Dune four-wheel drive Nomad, hardtop rooftop tent, and batwing awning on the roof. Safari snorkel, dual battery setup with solar panels if necessary. 2-inch lift, Mickey Thompson Deegan all-terrain tyres. Would like to fit out the removal of the rear seats and add a shelving fit out, leaving space for the dog. However, currently the second battery, deep cycle lead acid, 100 amp hour, runs the fridge and lights. Would like to add a lithium battery box and have that run all the lights, accessories at camp, and have the lead acid under the bonnet to run only the fridge. Would like to add a freezer onto the lead acid as well, but unsure with power restraints. Once all completed, I want to tune the motor to clean it up and have it run optimally without overdoing it. Overall cosmetic cleanup, clean, polish, wax, paint flares, body accents, or totally replace. I'm 25 and as much as possible would love to do DIY to it. Love to cook for my mates when out camping, so the goal for more storage is in mind and more cooking space, I would assume. This would also help with the longer trips because you can have more stuff in there. Mm-hmm. Vehicle's not my daily and sits in the driveway for the majority of the weekend.
Right.
So, yeah, it sounds like he's built his ultimate full drive, and
A lot on it.
also sounds like he's very passionate about the full driving, about maintaining his car and cooking for his mates. He's into it.
That's kind of a mate I want to have.
I will say
He's into
I
it.
do know Nathan. Nathan's one of my good mates.
I see. You know to call him Swayze.
Yeah, I did know that. Yeah, sorry. No, he's one of my good mates. He is an amazing chef.
Really?
Yeah, just a really.
How's he
really
learn
good
his
cook.
craft?
His old man teaches him.
Wow.
Yeah, him and his old man.
That's awesome.
Great cooks
So
together.
you know
Is
this
his old
car,
man like a
Jaden?
chef? Or
I
anything?
know the car. Yeah. Hey, no, he's not a chef.
Thanks, Swayze.
No, not a chef.
It's an elite write-up too.
Yeah, he's a good man. Very
Elite
good
write-up.
man.
That's the, I think...
He's detailed it in a way that it's
Well,
described.
and you can picture it. Like, we don't have a
Yeah.
picture, but you can
What colour's the
picture
car?
It's white.
White. That was mentioned, wasn't it?
Don't
it.
think
I feel
so.
like when you think of a GU Patrol, you just think of a white GU Patrol.
Yeah, true. I was picturing that.
Yeah. But
Yeah. I think you have
is,
to.
I reckon it's probably another good, like, that's how we want a description of your ultimate four-wheel drive.
Yes, that is
Perfect.
a really good description of,
Yeah.
of the Ultimate 4 drive, and it's definitely not ChatGPT done either.
No.
No.
That's elite.
It doesn't say Bonza.
Yeah.
You know what?
This is a Bonza car.
We need to do a quick montage of the three cars that we have done already on the Ultimate 4-wheel drive in our new season, and just so we can just quickly reflect, because I wouldn't mind having a look at this.
You know what we should do?
Yeah, I will. I'll have to do that because he has sent in photos, but
Yep.
I just can't access them.
Don't you have some
download
photos
it?
on your phone?
I
if
don't.
it's your mate's car?
Nah, I don't. Unfortunately.
Is it legitimately his mate? If he
Ooh,
doesn't-
maybe.
Nah, it is. It is.
Oh, that's us,
hang on.
Swayze.
Swayze, please. Are we mates?
Can I be your friend?
Blocked. look at the photo.
Oh, sweet.
It's half a car and two ladders.
Nice garage.
How can you go from that photo behind us to this? We've seen both sides of you.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, I get you. Oh, the movie.
Yeah.
The movie
yes,
cover.
yes. I see. No, I didn't take that.
Okay.
That wasn't me.
It's actually, so there's a lot in this description going on, but it looks like quite a clean and simple setup from this photo. Would I be right in saying
Yeah,
that,
but
Dave?
it looks
Yeah,
simple, but
it is.
there's a lot in there.
Oh, 100%. Like that's a very, I'm like, the only thing I was thinking was like, where's he putting all this? Like,
Sorry, just having a malfunction here.
That's all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's cool.
it's a good setup. It's probably a bit more
me to try
standard.
this?
Yeah, to start.
Do you? Oh, holy!
It's probably
shit.
it's probably a bit more. It's probably a bit more standard, like working class.
a phone does.
yeah,
well,
well,
the
he-
studio.
like-
yeah, that's what
For
I've
those-
I've got a
Didn't
4-inch lift. I've got this like big 70 series or whatever it is. You know, it's probably a bit more.
He has meant, like he said, 5 to 10K budget. He's DIY'd as much as he can, or will be DIYing as much as he can.
Yeah,
Like it's probably gonna take a bit of time too if he's gonna tune it. Wants the freezer. Wants
For-
to make sure he's got the right 12-volt setup.
for that budget.
Yeah.
It's it's a bit of a rig. So do you guys banter out there because he's driving a Nissan, you're driving a Toyota?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He
who's-
calls it a Patrol.
Who's recovered who?
I don't think either of us have recovered
Oh,
each
okay.
other.
Oh.
He was there for the Morton Park incident. Not Morton Park incident.
Oh,
Morrington Park.
You've just done yourself in there.
He has Morton Park.
You reminded me of that one.
Is that on Morrington Island?
Morton.
Morton Park.
That's good.
Yeah, he was there
shit.
for Wyman. He's the guy that is the reason I got bogged on Wyman Park.
Right.
Stopped in front of me,
Oh, okay.
making me
But
stop.
I'm pretty sure he would have taken off, but you didn't.
No, he didn't stop. He just kept going.
Oh.
He slowed right down, which made me stop, and then he just kept going. The problem is stopping. I'm not going to go through this again.
Okay.
I mean, the problem there is, Duggo, he was tailgating.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
I'm the problem.
Well, I never looked at that one.
It's me. It's me.
All right. Clean. That sounds
Ultimate
like a
full
good
drive.
setup.
I think
It'll be up and
it'll
have it up and
be
going.
running. It'll
Yeah.
be running now. Just
Yeah.
need to get that,
And I think by the time
get that sorted.
you'll be listening to this, there'll be a good amount of like next week. I'm expecting big things, not from not from you or but I'm like people are going to have the word now.
Yep.
So I think we're gonna see some.
Well, by the time this episode comes out, this will be our third episode.
yes, yeah,
The word is on the streets.
yeah,
tracks.
it's out there.
It
yeah.
is.
The burbs.
Yeah, we're inflating.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah,
inflating our message.
I'm with you. Very clever.
Thank you.
Tyrepower reference. If you didn't pick that one up.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that place that had that mob that has 58 places in WA?
Just in WA alone, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just in WA.
Crazy. I couldn't believe
One in
it
Tom
myself.
Price.
Couldn't believe
Tell you
it.
that
Yeah,
for a fact.
Tom Price is very helpful. Actually, one down the road from me too has also helped me out in the past before this was a thing, you know? So, anyway. Prado, mate. You still got a Prado out the front?
I do. Well, I think so.
Yeah, well, it was
I didn't
there-
check the window
It was
before.
there 15 minutes ago. How's it going? We purposely didn't touch a whole lot on it last week because we mindful of probably overdoing the Prado, but this car has hit the market
Yes.
like a hurricane, and I think people are going to want to know because I think it's on a lot of people's lips to go and have a look at it.
It's quite bizarre, I have to say, because I went to my office studio to do some editing last week, and it was really early in the morning. I went to the coffee shop around the corner. Bloody good coffee. Dante's coffee. Bloody good. Anyway,
Didn't have to ask him where it was.
No.
pull up
Gave it
there. Well, I only go there once a week now. It used to be every day.
No hunt and brew.
Pulled up, stepped out. Well, that's if I don't have a hunt and brew
Don't
because
get
I'm up
going.
so early. See, that's why I don't go to that often anymore because I'm drinking nice coffee every bloody day. Yeah, hunt and brew. I feel like one now. You know, I got lactose-free ones now. Anyway,
Oh, that's
they should sponsor this show too. Yeah, Tyrepower and Hunt and Brew. Hunt and Tyres and Power. Yeah,
And
don't worry.
brews.
Anyway,
The Prado?
yeah, so I'm walking into the coffee shop. This chap stops me. And he had seen the Prado and he wanted to know about it. So I was conversating with this gentleman for a while, then went in. On the way out, I got stopped by another guy. And he also asked me all the stuff about the Prado. And then I got to my office and then Pat, who's across the road, he wanted to chat about the Prado. So it was like 45 minutes that morning of just talking to other people, about the Prado. See, I'm still letting out PSI. So, and that's never happened before, right? You know, like I do get stopped and asked about, you know, is the 2.8 really better than the V8? You know, stuff like that, but not like it could be coincidental, but 3 that morning like that, you know, it's pretty crazy. So people really want to know. And one of my freelancers, his old boy is also looking, he's got one on order, but he wants to know if he wants to get it or not. So I think he's waiting for some towing stuff.
Right.
And I am literally changing sizes of tyres soon to test for towing, but also to see how big we can fit on the vehicle and then get it out there.
So a lot of your testing at the moment, well, not testing, but a lot of what you're doing at the moment is just driving. You're going to test the different size tyres. Has there been any sort of camping, forward driving? I know you've done a little bit.
I'm waiting for school holidays.
Okay.
So that'll happen. Regardless if I'll film the whole lot, I probably won't, but I'm still going to get a few shots and get the experience with it anyway to see how we're going to do that. We'll probably have to take 2 cars with a dog and that.
Yep.
So we'll just have to see how we go because nothing's set in it yet. Nothing's on the car.
Yep.
But yeah, I do have plans to I want to do all this testing first. And when this episode's out, it should be either before or after that I've minced up the car a little bit.
Oh, yes, of course.
So I have definitely done damage to the car, but how bad it is, you would just have to watch the video.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually interested to get both of your thoughts, like the look of the car, the shape, and the just aesthetically. How does that sit with you?
So the front end of the vehicle and the side profile, I liked it pretty much from the get-go.
Okay.
The rear of the vehicle I didn't really like, but it's growing on me.
Sorry, we're just.
Sorry,
Did you
boys.
hear that in his? I just heard the. Just look over and the big fella's yawning.
Is he cracking a yawn back there?
It is late and he's been up early.
You guys are keeping me awake.
Yeah, sorry,
Well,
mate.
this
Sorry to
private
keep you. We'll
chat.
we'll quickly get through
Yawning
this.
is contagious. You know?
And it's good for the system, I reckon.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, apparently you're a good bloke if someone yawns and then it forces you to yawn.
Well, I'm
I
Oh,
can
really?
see you yawning.
trying hard not to yawn right now.
It's just I'm live on a podcast right now. I'm just trying to keep it together, you know.
Righto.
Mind over matter.
Good
Anyway, to keep you involved, how's the...
No. Keep going on.
No,
Ronny.
we're talking to you.
He wants to have a nap.
I want to know what your thoughts are on the look of the Prado.
I didn't like it at first, but now I like it.
Okay.
I like it. I mean, I come from a square car, so
There's definitely
it kind
a
of makes
difference,
sense, doesn't it?
On which variants, though, don't you think? Because they retained the classic look. I don't know. You can't call a 150 Prado a classic look, but I guess they retained the classic look of the round shape kind of grille Prado on the Kakadu. Not GXL. Kakadu VX. They're like the classic look. I don't really dig the look of those ones.
Is that on these new on the 250s?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you got the GXL, the Altitude, and then you got the GX. They kind of have that more like an FJ sort of look. And the more I'm sort of looking at the car, the more I'm actually referring to more like an FJ, really.
Right.
Then, it's just the kind of... It just gives me those vibes. And then after the Dunes, that's where it gave me those vibes.
Yeah, right. Why is he smiling at me? What's going on here?
What are you smiling?
What's he writing in here?
What's he
Oh,
writing?
no, nothing. He didn't write anything funny.
What's he doing?
Anyway, just smiling at me. Look up, he's smiling at me. Anyway, my thoughts. I think it very much looks like a car that gets the family from A to B.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Depending on what track you take it down.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it looks like it's going down a track right now, but I haven't seen one with I haven't seen one with fruit on it.
Oh, yeah.
Which
okay.
maybe that'll change my. But I
I still think it's a shopping trolley.
I don't like to say that.
Wait till you see this shopping trolley over the rocks.
Yeah,
It's a yin yang car on the rocks.
Okay,
It's
it's very capable.
It's capable, but you got to drive it right. If you bottom out so much in this car.
Yeah.
So a lift and proper steps and bigger tires, imminent.
Are going to be needed.
Got to
for
go
that.
on.
Yeah.
Look, I wanted to do harder things out there, but I don't want to risk it without the rock step. And it was the same with the Ineos. It had a rock step, so I could do some things, but there was one thing I wasn't going to do. And that was where I put the 76 almost on the side.
Yeah, right.
Because the only thing that saved that was the rock slider.
Yep.
If I didn't have that, the whole side of the
Door
76 would have been done.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that to a car I didn't loan.
Yeah.
And also don't want to do it to a $100,000 car, which I've bought, and that has a weak as piss side step on it, which resembles a bit of a triangle. Yeah, because it had a bit of contact with the body of the car,
Well, yeah.
Just a bit.
A little bit.
Wait till you see the bash plates in daylight.
I haven't seen them in daylight yet.
Oh,
no.
my God.
We don't have much time in daylight.
Nah, not together.
No.
I think it's an awesome looking car. Like, I love the look of the car. I just don't know if it looks like an outback country four-wheel drive and tourer to me. And it may do when it has all the fruit. I just haven't seen one with it yet. But I know, like, a friend of mine is getting one soon. And I've seen a few more on the road now, like as you always do. They're starting to hit the roads more and more.
They look very city.
I'm still looking at them as if that's a beautiful car to drive to and from work in, or pick kids up from school or whatever it might be.
Yeah, maybe the new soccer mum car.
Well, I don't want to say those sort of things.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
I think they are probably a very capable.
It already.
Prado, but they have been known to.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not going to get offended here. I'm the one who calls them a soccer must.
Yeah,
the 150s were capable.
But I think they're like a wicked looking car. I just don't see them I can't see them yet as that full driver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I probably see yours. Like, that's what we always say. You just do it and we all get to see.
It is strange seeing, like, because I'm editing the Vision at the moment, it is strange seeing that car in this environment.
It's a nice car. Like, it looks like a luxury vehicle.
Yeah.
That, like, you don't want to...
So there's some things it can actually do better than the 76 and the Grenadier.
Not the Grenadier, Ronny, come on.
On tight corners where it's really tight, but it's limited, right? So, but to be honest, out of those three cars, the Grenadier takes the hat.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because it's got flex, solid axle, and it's got decent clearance. So remember when I was talking about the Grenadier, I said its weakness was clearance?
Yep.
Well, the Prado has probably half of that clearance.
Oh, okay.
And it's very flat underneath.
Yep.
I think the Grenadier was too, but but it had solid axles, so it's up a bit higher.
Yeah.
But the Prado is like it's flat. I reckon the 150 has more clearance than the 250.
Yeah, the 150 looks like now this is probably because we're used to it as well. Like I'm used to seeing 150 Prados done up forward drive, and they're wicked Harrys.
Yeah,
but maybe it's because I haven't seen it yet. But they look more forward driving.
But that's because they're done up.
They are, yeah.
So because I've been noticing a lot of Prados now. You know, buy a car, you notice a lot of Prados, and because a lot of it's going to be compared to the 150.
Yeah, of course.
And seeing, look, it does look like it belongs more off road than a 150 stock. If they're both stock, because it has more of like an FJ sort of vibe.
See, I would disagree, but
but yeah, it's
maybe I'm struggling to picture a stock 150 because I don't see many of them.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was just thinking like if you saw it in the off-road environment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 150s they look like mini 200s once they're done up.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
but it's like a stock 200. You see that on like. You can see it you can easily picture it on a gravel road and outback roads. But seeing a stock one on like doing proper articulate, tracks and climbing rock walls and stuff like that, you can't really picture that either unless it's got stuff on it.
Yeah. And time will tell with all this too. Like it's...
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's just a look. What's a look matter, you know? That's what I was...
Yeah. Well,
it does probably matter.
It definitely does matter. I mean, I'm already booked the car in to wrap it.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm already going to wrap it.
What sort of finish are you thinking?
Well, that remains
time
to
will
be
tell
seen.
that too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's a question without notice that you can tell us right now. Between the 76, between your 76, the Ineos, and the 150 Prado, the 250 Prado, albeit very, very early days on that car, factoring in the price of those three vehicles from the showroom floor, where does your mind sort of wander to? And if it is too hard, I will allow you to think about it until next week.
It is probably too hard. I'll probably go for the most affordable option, really.
Okay. Yep.
It depends on what you're going to use it for.
Very much so, yeah.
See, that's the thing.
For what you use it for, what would you...
I had this interesting thought, right? I'll give you this thought instead of
a hard and fast answer.
Well, yeah, because it's too hard to answer because too many what ifs.
Okay.
You have to paint a scenario and then I'll give you the answer. But let's say, so you can think of a scenario.
Okay.
But so when I had the car out there, it's like the 76 is a great bush car. It's not a city car.
Yep.
Although you could use that city car if you keep it stock.
Yep.
But geez, there's no bells, whistles, nothing in it. It's really basic.
Yep.
It's cold in winter. It's freaking hot in summer. You take the Prado, the new one, that is so flash. That is such a nice city car. It's got everything you want in it. I never thought I'd actually enjoy half the shit that's in it, but it's cool. And you can turn all that other safety bullshit off, you know? Like if you're looking out the side of the window too much, it'll ding at you. You turn it off.
Right.
But where's the crossover? So to have a crossover, you either got to make this one more comfortable, but then you're obviously also going to lift it and put tyres on it. And I'm talking about the 76. Then it's still never going to be a good city car.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be worse. It's never going to be a good city car. With the Prado, you can add all this stuff to it, but it's never going to be the same as like a robust, solid axle vehicle out in the outback. And then you kind of have the Ineos Grenadier in the middle, because I'm only comparing these three cars, right?
Yeah.
You got the Ineos Grenadier in the middle, and it's kind of like a bridging car. It can do both.
Yep.
It can do off-road really well, but there's some things it can't do, like really long range.
Yep.
Unless you sort that out.
Yep.
But you're never going to beat the range of the 76 because it can fit more fuel, it's got more payload, et cetera, et cetera. But it's the ultimate crossover car because it is still nice in the city, although its turning circle kind of sucks.
Yep.
And it is pretty tall, so there'll be some places you can't take it. Like when I was in the Prado, I went into Whippers Shopping Centre, right? Because you got to take a Prado to a shopping centre. And like I was driving and I was going pretty fast, pretty too fast. So I was slowing down. I saw this bloody boom thing coming like 2 meters or something. I was like, oh shit. And then I was just thinking automatically I'm in a different car.
So used to,
But it looks really close to the roof. So you take a 76 or this other thing, Ineos in there, you're not going to make it into these places. So it makes them less practical in certain ways.
You know, when I test drove the Ineos, great answer, I'll come back to it quickly, but just while I'm thinking of it, it has the actual height of the stock.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Of the stock.
Of the stock. Of the stock.
You need a lot, right?
Yeah.
Now we're at.
It's like the height as you get older every year. You keep like.
Yeah.
You get
they should
taller
have that
every
in
year.
all vehicles.
I think it's a great.
Yeah.
I think that's another thing by Ineos that just ticks the boxes.
Yeah.
Anyway, good. I do get.
It's good until you upgrade your suspension and then
Well, that's what I'm saying.
you lose track of everything else.
That's why I use it like an old door frame, you know, and just like each year.
Yeah, but I mean, you can see why car manufacturers don't do it.
100%. 100%, yeah.
So as you know, when you borrow a mate's car or you got a loan car from a dealership, you go service, or you buy another car, you buy a new car, whatever, you're in a different car. You go to the servo. You got to try and remember which side the filler's on. But you don't. You don't have to. You look on your dash.
Yes.
Did you know this one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I only learnt that one a couple of years ago.
Do you want to?
really?
Maybe there's people out there that don't know it. Do you
Okay.
want to say it?
Yeah, it's
So
a good one.
on your fuel gauge, there's an arrow to one side, and that indicates where your filler is.
Yes.
And yeah,
You know what I find though sometimes difficult when you're in that car that you don't know where it is, and you're like, "Where's the fuel?" Like you're looking on your dash. Like, am I missing it? Where is it? Then you've driven past all the Bowsers.
Yeah.
I've done that. I still do that in Lauren's car.
I had one. I'm driving a new car at the moment. Not a new car, but like I'm driving a different car because I have to. It was hard to find how to open the fuel tank.
Yeah.
So like, you know where you normally think it is? It's under the dash. You pull that and it goes in the driver's door down the bottom. You know where you put like books or whatever you want to put down there. Down there is just a little button.
oh right,
Really?
So weird. So hard to find.
Yeah, I used to struggle with trying to put the fuel, like take the fuel cap off and put it back on the Wrangler. I'd be like fighting the key, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong?
The metal one.
Yeah, it was just shit like that. It's hard. Just the simplicity around filling up the car, please, to all the manufacturers out there.
Just make it simple. The Ranger is just a push, isn't it?
Yeah, range is very easy.
Yeah.
You know what's the worst though? Like when you lose the cable to the actual lid, right? Mm-hmm. Or you have one of those lids that comes off with it, and your key's not in it.
Yeah.
And if your key's not in it, you might fill up the car, go pay for it, and you drive off. And you're like, shit, I forgot about the cap. You know, because water tanks and all these things have it too. So it's so freaking important to have that join, you know, that wire or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have it, it's a matter of time.
Yeah, but even not that, like, you know, on the lid that comes open, you can put the fuel cap in the little grooves there.
Yeah, but not if you have like a custom tray.
Yeah,
or,
that's true.
You know,
That's true.
That's when it generally happens.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that was a great. You didn't give me an answer, but you gave me enough of an explanation, and I get what you mean about the scenarios. I can come up with them and just keep mucking around with it as time goes on, and as you continue to figure
give me
out
a different one every time
about the 250. How are you finding AdBlue?
Well, I haven't had to put anything in yet.
Okay.
Someone did actually ask me the other day, it was in the YouTube comments, because we were in the sand dunes, we were absolutely flogging the guts out of the car because it's too easy to do that because it just revs. It just goes red line, swings back, another gear, and because it got 6 gears in that first range, it's only got 2 overdrive. So the 76 has a 6-speed, that's only got 2 overdrive. So imagine 2 more gears in between.
Yeah.
And it's rapid. It feels like a petrol car.
Yeah, right.
It just freaking goes, man. And someone asked how much AdBlue I would have burnt that day. I don't know, actually. Probably a bit. Because I got it up to like 15, 16 litres per 100.
Right.
And that's after driving all the way home.
So you were smashing it and still did 15, 16 litres pretty good.
Yeah.
If you were smashing
but it was at 9. It was at 9.9 or something. So at the moment I'm on my second tank, and I went to Mundaring to do all this rock testing. Now, because I was idling a lot of the time and just doing low range gearing and, you know, loading it up, climbing things, gearbox stayed pretty cool. The fuel usage, it went up to about 12, and now it's down to 10.9. Yeah.
Right.
But it turns itself off when you're at the lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can turn it off, but I don't mind it because you can actually control when it does
48
it.
volt assist.
Yeah. You actually control with your foot. So you
can keep it on a little bit and it won't shut down. Is that what you mean?
No. If you pull up to a set of lights, you'll put enough pressure on your foot on the brake.
Yep.
And then it'll say on the dash, press harder if you want it to stop.
Oh, right, on the brake.
Yeah. So I'll just press a bit harder. But then, like, you might slowly lift without realising and it starts up and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So
there you go again.
So, but it's pretty good at lights when, like, you know you're going to wait for a while. You don't want it to do that.
Yep.
Where other ones, they'll just stop and then turn on. Those I'll, like the Ineos, I would always switch that off.
Yeah.
Because you hear to start them and it's like more of a delay. There's no real delay in this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I don't mind that. Yeah. Because when you got those fuel numbers on my dash, I'm always trying to like get it lower.
Yeah. Can you get AdBlue everywhere at all servos?
Well, here's the thing. So with AdBlue, what I've learnt from research, if you go outback, say you're towing, at the moment it'll probably get 7,000 to 8,000 kilometres before you got to put it in. It's got 3 stages. The 2,400 Ks, it'll come up with a thing saying, hey, you've got 2,400 kilometres left of AdBlue. It'll come up with a thing on dash and it'll do it again at 1,000 and do it again at 500. Once you run it out, the car allows you to drive 500 Ks, providing you don't turn it off.
Right.
If you turn the car off, it won't start again until it detects 11 litres in the tank.
How much does it hold?
Well, when you can buy 10 litre bottles and a 1 litre bottle, so you have to have both. And then I figured out it doesn't have a gauge, so you can't tip it on the side a little bit to,
Yeah.
It has a sonar. It does sonar to detect how much is in the tank.
There's a lot of tech going on in this thing, eh?
Yeah. So you need to have 11 litres with you.
Right.
If you're going to
go out.
an outback crossing with a trailer. But if you're not going with a trailer, I mean, the thing is, if you got 10 litres in the car and it starts going off at your 2,400, just put the fucking 10 litres in. And then...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of just being smart about it.
Yep, timing.
Yeah. So, yeah. You just got to bring a 10 litre bottle with you, which is annoying. Now, for people that say that it's not good for your engine, the AdBlue, from doing a bit of research on that one, AdBlue happens after the engine. So you got the engine, then it goes to the DPF. The DPF is probably worse than the AdBlue. I mean, is worse than the AdBlue because the DPF, it has another injector in there, and that's like when your DPF starts, you lose power in your car. It runs hotter, heat doesn't, it's a DPF that I don't really like. The AdBlue, it's the inconvenience of carrying that stuff, but having both is, it's pretty annoying.
Yeah.
But that's what we've got to deal with because Australian government wants Euro 6 freaking, emission standards.
Yeah, bring them down.
Which is bullshit in Australia because we need to go distance, Anyway, I can complain all day about that, but it's not going to go anywhere, so it doesn't matter. But... yeah, but anyway, with the AdBlue, it happens after. And all it does, it mixes in with whatever it is, and then it just lowers the emissions.
Yeah, righto.
So that part I don't know too much about, but I know it's after. So if you look under the vehicle, there's another canister after. It's on the exhaust.
Yep.
So it doesn't affect the engine.
I learned something else about AdBlue there.
Yeah.
It's a bloody rabbit hole.
Like
that's
the
as
best way
far
to
as I
do
got.
it.
Yeah.
Like AdBlue seems like the best way to do it. I'd rather AdBlue than DPF.
Yeah, so would I. Even I'd rather actually have to carry something than the DPF, but then you got to have both, right?
Yeah.
Why not have both?
Well,
They reckon.
What's the next thing? They got to run a bloody pipe from the exhaust back into the engine or something.
They have to pedal, I reckon.
Actually, cut that bit out because it might happen then.
Let's get to around the fire pit, eh?
around the fire pit.
Round the fire pit?
Around the tyre pit.
Round the tyre pit?
Could work.
Could work.
Could also, someone else could come and jump on around the fire pit.
Oh, yeah, like Hunt and Brew.
Yeah.
Ooh, Hunt and Brew.
Hunt brew around the fire pit.
Hunt and Brew.
What do we got today, mate?
In the fire pit in the cave.
Got one
where we
from-
Hunt and Brew.
Hunting for our own.
I'm trying too hard here.
Yeah.
No. I like it. I think it works. I got one from one of our Patreon members,
Beautiful.
Tom, UK listener.
Nice.
Yes,
Got a
very
couple,
good.
We've got a
Yeah,
couple
it is
over
Tommy.
there.
Got a couple of UK
Yeah.
listeners. Yeah, it's
Still
very
me.
good. Yeah, perfect time. Tom's actually just sent through his ultimate four-wheel drive as well. I just saw the email.
Oh, nice.
So
So
he's
we got
he's
Just
gone.
then.
I just had a look at it.
Just now.
Oh, it just about 20 minutes ago.
Really?
20 minutes ago, he sent it through.
His ears were burning.
Oh, his ears were burning. Nah, I had a
in.
quick look at it. You boys will love this. It's right up both.
We're
of
going to
your-
see it next week, surely.
Yeah.
Or in coming weeks.
Well, we'll see. There's a couple. There's a couple, but yeah, probably next week.
Yeah, I feel like if it's that good, we're...
It's pretty good.
Build it up.
Actually, no,
Build
you
it
know,
up.
what? I'll do it
Build it
next
up.
week because it's good. I like it. It'll go right up both of your alleys. Anyway, Tom.
Right up my alley.
Yes. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the break. Is Duggo married yet?
Yes.
Good. To Lauren, yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
You asked for suggestions for the show, so here's a few. Number one, get out there and do a trip. I want to see
Yes.
Duggo in his Ranger, Jaden in his cruiser,
Well,
and Ronnie in one of his cruisers.
yeah.
Out somewhere remote. Maybe make a thing of 4x4 Yoda, Ronnie, teaching you two kids some skills.
Don't mind that.
Don't mind that. Done that. Learn a lot when we did the Ineos.
Yes.
Yes. I was waiting for a response here. I got nothing.
Sorry, I was a little
Oh,
slow
yeah,
there.
okay, all good.
I was trying to think of other things.
Yeah,
we did
no,
on
it's
the
all
trip.
right.
You just remind me of something.
Do you want to go before I get to number two?
Yeah, so this is interesting, right? That, you know what? You finish,
Should I finish and then you go?
finish that, yeah.
All right.
The whole
Number
bit.
two, some discussion of the future of overlanding. Any form of wild camping / free camping has pretty much been killed here in the UK. Simply too many people disrespecting the environment, disrespecting local people and ruining it for everyone. Don't let it happen in Oz. I want to come excuse me. I want to come over and do a lap one day. I don't want it closed by the time I get there.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
I wonder if it would be hard in the UK with like so many people, so little space. Well, compared to what we're used to here, like
I think the UK has
time.
something where you're allowed to walk across other people's properties
right.
on their farm lands and stuff. Like
Right.
there's a farmer that owns it, but you're allowed. Like it's, I think
public
it's classed
access
as
to get
public access
somewhere?
property to go through, like a
Right.
nature walk or that kind of stuff. So you have that kind of
Okay.
access.
Right.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Not from the UK, but I'm pretty sure they've got this public access thing.
You
So
are-
that could be something that ruins it.
You are probably from the furthest place away from the UK and what the UK is, coming from the Pilbara.
Yeah.
Like that is the polar opposite to what the UK would be.
Yeah, rainy
be.
and stormy and cloudy to sweltering hot desert.
One's
red.
green, one's completely
Red
red.
dirt.
Yeah.
Like-
It's pretty green up there.
Yeah, actually
Pretty
true.
gr-
No,
pretty green,
yeah,
isn't it?
I'll
Pretty
stand
green,
correct. Yeah. Anyway, back to
Sid
Tom.
corrected.
No centipedes, death adders, and taipans and all that though.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You would hate
Scorpions.
it over there, mate.
What's that?
You would hate it over there in the UK
Oh, I don't mind
because
cold
there's no deadly animals that are trying to get you that you can look at.
weather. No, but you know, every 1,000 years the Vikings might invade again, so you never know.
Are you planning something?
Oh, maybe.
Double agent over
Kidding,
here.
kidding.
Double
I was
agent.
Just having a
I was
just
thinking
camping.
liberating his country so that I can camp.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Ronnie Dahl takes on Europe.
No,
The liberation
literally takes on Europe.
I was just fantasizing.
Takes on Europe.
And I spoke out loud. And I would like to take that back.
No, too late. You're invading Europe. It's done. We're scheduling it.
Geez, you're a long way away at the
Yeah,
moment.
you're a long way away
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
You got to build some boats.
Stop him at customs.
I'm not a very good skipper, so
Plans get ruined because he gets stopped at customs.
We know what you're going to do.
Yeah, we know what you're doing. Allow it. Number 3.
Yep.
Discussion of overlanding abroad. Both Iceland and Morocco are examples of places you could drive. You can fly in, hire a 4x4 and off you go. Either hire a stock machine and stay in hotels or go the whole hog and get a full touring setup. It's not all that expensive for a trip of a lifetime. And then he's attached a few pics of his trip to the west coast of Scotland just to whet our appetite.
Right.
I can't show them to you guys. I'll show you later.
Yeah.
I'll put them up on... No, I can't.
I'm picturing very hilly, mountainous, green, grey rock,
Grey rock, blue, grey
Yeah.
blue rock.
and sort of.
Have you guys seen Harry Potter?
Yeah.
You know the first Harry Potter the second Harry Potter where they're trying to catch the train in the flying car?
Yep.
That bridge section is included in one of the photos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That exact bridge.
That exact bridge.
Oh, okay, I can really picture it now.
Yeah, you can picture it.
Yeah.
Just imagine it more saturated in green instead of in the movies where it's a bit.
Yeah, so after you've listened
Great.
to this podcast, go and watch Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
Haven't you seen that one?
I've seen a few because my youngest.
Not
daughter
enough forward driving in it
likes
for you, mate.
This was like flywheel driving.
Yeah.
Bad.
Bad.
Bad one.
Bad. That is.
Like Back to the Future #3. He runs on garbage.
Little bit different.
Okay.
They're running on magic.
It's flywheel driving.
Flywheel driving. Yeah, it's probably more flywheel driving than what Harry was. Anyway,
Harry.
Jesus.
Sure,
You said
Harry didn't
Harry
have
and
a
my
mushroom?
brain went to Harry from Fire to Fork, and I was like, wow,
Oh.
geez,
It's 9 o'clock. It is
not
9
Harry.
o'clock.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I did have. There was one for you, Ronnie. I think we
Thank
talked
you,
about
Tom.
this. Thank you, Tom.
Great.
Thank you,
Great calls.
Great calls.
Especially the first one.
mate. Rate Tom. Right, Tom. He sends in a lot to
Yeah,
us,
he's good.
and he's
So
always
when
doing
is Tom
something
planning
cool.
to come
Don't
here?
remember.
Not sure, but maybe if he comes here and he wants to do some forward driving with Ronnie Dale.
Well, if he wants to come and see a lot of Australia,
With Ronnie.
WA, Northern Territory, and South Australia, they're the most open places, and Northern
Yeah.
Queensland.
New South Wales is a bit.
It's getting a bit, a lot
it's
of
getting a bit,
gates and yeah.
Oh, well. This one for you, Ronnie. Hey, lads, well done on the podcast. Question for Ronnie. How does all the camera gear set up in the car affect your driving, and does it take time to get used to it? Me and Duggo actually read this one
wondered
out
about
last
this,
season,
yeah.
but you
So
weren't here for it.
does it take? Yeah, I'm used to it. So what I say to a lot of people when I used to have the big setup, with the canopy and all this other jargon, all the stuff, I would say that, look, if I didn't have all the camera gear taking up my entire back seats, I probably would have almost an empty tray, because I could have the fridge on the back seat and I could have just a swag in the tray, wouldn't even need a roof rack, So that's my setup would look entirely different if I didn't have camera gear. And when I travel with Chris, when we go filming, we kind of share our gear. I mean, we still bring backup stuff, but we won't bring 2 main cams. I'll bring parts of my main cam, and then honestly, the amount of space that I gain from that is like a whole seat's worth. And then also he gains space as well because he doesn't have to worry about all the other gear that he would normally bring if I wasn't there. With GoPros and all that other stuff.
So what about when you do trips and stuff, you set up your cameras on the windscreen to film inside the car?
I try.
How's that?
I try not to overcomplicate those things. I've got a really simple setup now, and I also try not to get too many shots in cab because it just gets boring. I like to have a lot of different things to work with, just so I can. Yeah, so my setup it changes all the time. But yeah, I'm not sure exactly what you asked me then though. Like having the camera in the car constantly? Is that
I'm not sure. Just the way he's worded it, I think
Does it sit there
the
the whole
camera
time?
gear in the car set up? Does it affect your driving?
No.
Like having the Canons. You have Canons up, or do you use a GoPro?
No. So I'll have a GoPro on the windscreen.
Sorry. So do you use Sony's?
Sorry. Yeah. Well, I use Canon for photography, Sony for video.
A7 IV.
Yes, I have the A7 R5. I just upgraded because
Talking a different language now, fellas.
Stability is so much better in it. That's the one I actually hold that as a vlogging cam now because I can use it to get nice shots. I can use it like this. I can put it on a tripod behind me looking forward. I can do so much with that camera. It's really, really versatile. And with the big camera, well, that's like, the FX6. It's like that setup on its tripod and everything is nearly 20 grand sitting right there, So it's not, it's proper gear. And GoPros are shit. Yeah, GoPros are shit.
Well, welcome to our new sponsor of Around the Fire Pit.
Yeah, thanks to GoPro for shouting.
Oh my God, the amount of frustration I've had from those cameras, if you can call them that. My opinion entirely. This is not the podcast's opinion in case something happens from this. I've switched to DJI action cams. So much better. I don't get back after a full day of filming and then the freaking GoPro didn't record audio because it has a spaz.
Yeah, right. I haven't had any issues like that with the GoPro. The thing I find annoying with the GoPros is the format that it films in. Like normal programs and applications won't open them properly.
Yeah, okay.
You have to use a specific GoPro quick player or something. No?
No.
Wow. Okay, maybe I'm filming the wrong format.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
But yeah, that's what
you can't
Premiere Pro does them fine.
You can't read the codec. That's what it is. There's a specific codec. GoPros can be great in certain areas where if the camera gets smashed, you can get good shots there, but the camera's vulnerable. But man, the amount of just shitty ones I've had, it just drives me nuts. So I'm so glad that other people actually stepped up and made some good cameras. So we're probably way off topic here.
No, fair enough.
But yeah.
Cool. How do you do when you're filming and you're in the car by yourself?
Yeah.
You just lean over and press record while you're driving on the camera. I assume it's like suction to the window.
Yeah, it's suction to the window.
And then you just lean over and press record.
Well, you can just tap a button on it.
Yeah. And then you just talk to the camera like that.
Pretty much. And then now I've got a wireless mic because the audio is just crap otherwise.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And do you have it on your passenger window or on the front windscreen? Depends
on the car. Depends on what angle I want. So I would have it usually somewhere where it's not going to impair my vision because that annoys me. So as long as it's not somewhere where it's going to block vision, where it's actually going to make driving slightly unsafe or whatever. Yeah, because when you're out in the tracks, you got birds and all kinds of stuff flying around. It doesn't take much to crack a windscreen these days either.
Yeah, true.
You know.
See, imagine putting like a real little mount, having your little camera there, you're talking to it, and then you spin the wheel around, and it's just like there's Ronnie's old It's just like Ronnie's main channel, Ronnie's OnlyFans when he turns to the right.
Oh, you want my OnlyFans?
Oh, jeez, that's where I was going when you boys were talking about that shit.
have you
were thinking about Ronnie's OnlyFans while we were talking?
Imagine you're turning the wheel and it's like, and then you go back out. Just imagine he does gym in just undies.
Yeah, true.
Imagine he drives in just undies.
Only gym.
I've just got back
gym.
Back into the gym now. So you have a GoPro in the gym, you reckon? Eh?
Go
on.
Why doesn't Ronnie Dale just have like a channel over the way where you like it's Ronnie's gym?
Well, I've just started an AMSR thing.
ASMR.
Yeah. Would you like to hear it?
That's a big bite.
We probably lost a lot of listeners.
Have you had dinner?
Have you?
No. It's an interesting time to start.
They're called mukbang or mukbang.
Mukbang.
Without eating.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That stuff's weird, man.
You're not a fan of ASMR?
We're doing it.
We're really doing it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
probably
it.
that time.
Sorry for that episode, fans. If you're still there.
We've got like a little notes thing here just to sort of keep a track of where time is. And
can you still hear me chewing from here?
Nah.
Yes. I can because I'm close to you.
Yeah.
But,
okay, here, I'll mute your mic. No, you muted. Unlucky.
So Ronnie's OnlyFans is the last line of where we're up and our notes. So I think on that note, we should probably wrap it up. We are now the 4 Wheel Drive podcast powered by Tyrepower. Our first batteries, tyres, wheels.
58 places in WA.
Yeah.
I don't know about whole Australia though. It'd be nice to know.
Yeah, it would be nice to know. Southern River Let It Ride. That's so you can hear 4 Wheel Drive podcast on Instagram. All our episodes over on BackChat's YouTube. Patrons, stick around. Catching up with you in a second. www.4wheeldrive.com. Goodbye.